But I mean, quick word on PSV. Obviously, the Eredivisie's not. Well, it's never really been at its peak in my entire lifetime because that was the 90s and obviously much earlier than that as well. But I mean, quickly looking through their squad, Carl, I'm guessing Johan Bakayoko still the big name there. Is Noah Lang I know of more through reputation than actual performance. Is there any other players you're kind of intrigued by in the PSV squad?
I mean, not on a wider basis than just, looking to see how they do in this league. I mean, they've certainly got other names which are um, well known. Obviously, Luke de Jong doing the business for them at 412 years of age is an endearing and enduring testament to the not so much quality of the Eredivisie defences. Um, People like Ricardo Pepi, who when he came over to Europe, American youth talent, let's say, made a bit of a name for himself and hasn't quite gone to plan. So he's there at the minute. Having Lozano is back there again. It never quite happened for him at the very highest level. Yeah, they've got some decent names there. A few names people might remember from the summer as well. Jurley Shooten and Rick Karsdorp after it didn't go too well at Roma and that kind of thing. So plenty of players, plenty of talent, lots of, I would say, overall quality, but not necessarily those who have really gone on and reached quite as high as they probably thought they would do initially.
Yeah, that seems like what I'm looking at too. There's a few names there. I mean, I think PSV is still top in the Eredivisie. Probably something I should check. I'm just guessing that because I think
They're
Ajax have recently recovered.
4 points clear with a game played more than Ajax. So
Perfect.
still,
So yeah, they are the best team, but doesn't possibly look like the strongest. I mean, I mentioned Bakayoko there. He's obviously been linked to us. I'm not sure how much of the Eredivisie you actually get to see. We obviously love buying wingers, especially left. I don't know if he's a left winger, but um, is he someone you think could take that extra step, or do you think he might be one that needs, say, a move to like a League One beforehand, or I don't know, like a West Ham or something?
I think he'd be all right coming straight to the Premier League. I don't think he'd be a starter at a Liverpool level. I mean, we're
Hmm.
talking about, without getting all big headed and everything, by results this year, we are talking about the best team on the planet at the minute. So
Yes, of
I
course.
don't think a 21-year-old from PSV is walking into the team. No. Um, he's also usually right-sided, so you're looking at a Salah alternative for that.
Oh, very much not then.
So definitely not walking into the team. But yeah, quality-wise, very, very good player. Not necessarily off the ball where you'd want him to end up, but again, he's 21 years old. He's still relatively inexperienced, but on the ball, his talent is undeniable. I'll be honest, this year, Eredivisie would be just about at nil for me. I think I watched an Ajax game earlier in the season, and that's about it. So it's way off the radar for me now on a game-to-game basis. But people who are playing on the international scene and in the Champions League, obviously, you do get to see more of them if you want. I think Bakayoko is probably the only one left there now who I would look at and say looked like he would be good enough to make it at a higher level. There was plenty of Malik Tillman talk, probably only
Hmm.
as recently as what 2 years ago. He was at Rangers, obviously, a couple of seasons back, and a short spell at Bayern that didn't go all the way for him. So he's United States international. I think he's again a talented player, but not one you'd look at and say they need to come in straight away and be part of our go-to lineup.
Even Perisic is at PSV, or is this wrong? I thought he went to Croatia.
He
That feels
did.
wrong.
He did go there. He did go to Croatia. They were having a bit of a gathering at one point of like all the over 50s at Hajduk Split and Dinamo again, but he's at PSV from this year.
Fair enough. You learn something new every day. Yeah, as we said, it's not the most interesting game. I mean, a quick run through what we think maybe the Liverpool team will be. I'm guessing Allison will play. Bradley, Kwanzaa +1. I'd probably guess Van Dijk because obviously Ibu's still up and down fitness wise. Um,
I mean, look,
left,
this is the kind of game it'd be really handy to have actually four centre backs, isn't it? Because you,
yeah, it would be great. I mean, Nat Phillips is still owned by the club.
it's possible that we could see like an Endo start, for example, but I just
True.
see it being Endo and Kwanzaa, if you know what I mean, not in
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
league. So probably has to be Van Dijk on that basis.
Yeah, hopefully get him subbed off early or something
Yeah.
like that. Robbo played at the weekend, so probably Simicast. Midfield, Endo, McAllister, Elliott. That that feels like too much to me. I think Szoboszlai will be more important against Bournemouth than the other two.
Yeah.
But Gravenberch's played every minute possible. That's not like the FA Cup and the
Yeah, I
League
do
Cup.
think I think Gravenberch needs to come out now for this one. Obviously, like I said, we have had a few games recently where, because it's been the cup, we had the cup against Tottenham, we had the cup against Accrington, we had the Champions League where there wasn't oodles of rotation against Lille, but still we saw
Hmm.
one or two people, even if it was off the bench. So I do think that probably we can look at having, if Bradley's coming in, we can probably look at having Endo coming in as well. These are the kind of players
Hmm.
who have been not necessarily first off the bench, but definitely getting more regular minutes of late. So I think if we could say one of
Jones might be fit as well. We should
yeah,
add.
that's what I was just going to say. I think if one of Gravenberch and McAllister doesn't start and Endo does, and then you can look at the third one being either Elliott or Jones. If Jones is back to full fitness, then I think he probably starts and plays, 45 to 60, whatever it is, and then maybe Elliott. So I think there's definitely scope there to change a few around.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah, I'd agree. I think Gravenberch needs the rest more. I think Szoboszlai will be key against Bournemouth, but we can always sub him early if need be. Up front, it wouldn't surprise me if Salah plays. I kind of hope he doesn't, but Salah obviously just wants to break every record. But I'll guess Salah, Darwin. He doesn't. He hasn't really started Chiesa yet, has he? I'd like Chiesa to start, but he probably won't.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I know what you're saying about Salah. I mean, I'd be keen for this to be the game that Chiesa does get a start.
Oh, I agree. I just think
Um,
Salah will force his hand.
yeah, probably the same to be honest. I think with Diaz starting, it means Nunez will this time.
Hmm.
Diaz start against Ipswich. I mean, obviously.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'd go Salah, Nunez.
Gakpo against his old club, maybe.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah. And then sub one of them early for Chiesa, hopefully. But yeah, I think that'll be. I don't think we'll see like a midfield of Endo, Morton, and Elliott or something like that. That'd be too much. So yeah, I think
Likewise, I don't think it'll be like an Elliott one side, Chiesa the other. I think there'll be
yeah, yeah,
two
exactly,
starters, let's say.
exactly. Quick prediction then.
Um, it's away from home. We shouldn't be like too pressure fueled on either side, like I say, because PSV have basically done their job. And while there's definitely scope for them to go a bit higher, the question, as we'll get onto in a minute, is whether or not they actually want to go a bit higher. They don't have the most testing of matches in the Eredivisie immediately following us, but nor have they exactly been ridiculously consistent of late in the Eredivisie even. So I suspect they'll go fairly strong. They've only got 2 wins out of the last 5 in league terms, so I guess stay at full strength for them. I will go 2-1 to us.
Yeah, I was thinking something similar. I'll say 3-1 just to be slightly different.